What's up, YouTube? Rags here, back with another fighter interview, and this is my fourth fighter interview. And today, me and Mike, we have Kalvin Henderson here. Kalvin Hot Sauce Henderson. He's the fighter that fought on the main event of the ShowBox 20th anniversary card. How's everything going, Kalvin?
I'm blessed, man. I can't complain, man. I appreciate y'all having me on here to
Yeah,
talk with y'all, man.
that's what's up. That's what's up. Um, so diving straight into the questions. My first question for you is, did the quick comeback mess with you? You took the fight very quickly after your last fight. Did that mess with you?
I felt like I was better prepared. I mean, stay ready, never have to get ready, but coming off that fight in June allowed me to stay in shape, stay in camp. I really just set up more different sparring around the country. But it actually made things a little easier because it was already in the groove of things.
All right, all right. How did the clash of heads affect you? I believe the clash of heads was in round 3. How did that affect you?
The clash of head wasn't really a big deal because I've been cut by headbutts about 4 or 5 times in my career already, and it's always on the same side, so it wasn't really a big deal. My big deal was on making sure the referee knew it was the headbutt and wasn't the punch. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if you remember on the fight, I put my glove to my eyes, saw the
Yep.
blood, and I immediately saw the referee headbutt. I made sure he knew it wasn't no punch. Just in case it got stopped because it cut, it wouldn't go call it a TKO loss. But I didn't fake it too much though. At first, my cut man, he was on it. You see, that's the only time the blade was in. He stopped the bleeding almost immediately.
Yep. Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First, I just want to say thanks for being on the show, man, and a great fight. I know you didn't get the decision you were looking for, but sitting at home watching that fight, I was pretty entertained, bro.
Appreciate that. It's Mike, right?
Yeah, this is Mike. Yeah, Michael Granger.
Appreciate that, Mike. Appreciate that, man.
Yes, sir, man. I seen, you was the one in the middle of the ring, like you was like, come on, man, let's bring the action. You know what I mean?
And it's crazy that you seen that I did that with only one arm. In the third round, the same round I got headbutted. I also tore my shoulder in that round, my right shoulder.
Right.
So
Right.
the crowd didn't know, of course, and the announcers and analysts didn't know. But I was fighting with one arm from round 4 all the way up to round 10.
Yep.
So you see, I was like trying to press the action even one arm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do everything as long as you've been boxing. What's your favorite part about boxing?
Favorite part about boxing, man, that's the first I've been asked that question. It's a really rough and tough sport. I mean, it's a lot of downfalls, a lot of sacrifices, a lot of training, a lot of things you miss out on, like birthdays, parties, and vacations and everything. But I would say the best thing I like about boxing is that I get to use my talents to take care of my family. You know what I mean? And it's a brutal sport. People get hurt. Uh, I'm just blessed to be able to use this as a platform to talk to guys like y'all and provide for my family. So I'd say that'd be the best thing where I can actually do what I love and take care of everything I need to do, take care of business with it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I feel you, man. I feel you.
Yep. Yep. How did you get into boxing?
How did I what? I'm sorry.
How did you get into boxing?
I started boxing way back when I was 15 years old, back in Fort Worth, Texas. And I kind of begged my mom to take me to a gym, and she was reluctant at first. So I started doing like my own boxing drills in my garage in my house. And so I would like hit like an old beat up mattress and stuff, and we out there punching on that. And I went to Walmart and got like a little DVD, a boxing instructing DVD, and studied that and taught myself. And then I think my mom saw that I was like taking it serious. She came outside and saw me out there practicing and sweating in the garage. She like, "Well, you serious? All right, I'm gonna take you to a gym." So we went to the gym, met the coaches, and the rest is history, though, man.
Respect.
That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. You taught yourself just by watching tapes?
Yeah, man. It's, when you have an interest in something, like I didn't grow up with, I talk to my parents, tell them I want to box, and then they buy all this stuff and take me to the gyms. But I had to show them, you know what I mean? And even when they did take me to the gym, I had to pay for all the fees and the gym fees and equipment on my own, you know what I mean? And so we weren't blessed for them just to throw money away at me on something that I thought I wanted to do. So I had to prove to them I wanted to do it. Like the young cats had to get it out the mud, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We made it happen.
Go ahead, Mike.
My bad. My internet was bugging out.
Oh, okay.
But with everything that's going on, we got some big fights coming up. I just want to get your idea or what you think about the matchup at 168 between Canelo and Caleb Plant if it happens. I know Canelo's trying to unify that division in that weight class. I don't know if you really know Caleb Plant like that, but what do you think? Like, if those two were to match up, what do you think about them?
Hey, man, I'm in that division. You know I know Caleb Plant, man. I've been boxing for a long time. I actually fought Caleb Plant in the amateur.
Is that right?
I fought him in a regional Golden Glove tournament up here in this area. And so in regional tournament where I'm at is Arkansas, Tennessee, Louisiana, Mississippi. They all meet up. It was called Mid-South Golden Gloves. And I fought him in the finals. And when I fought him, I think I had 16, maybe 15 amateur fights. He was already the national Golden Gloves champion, the 2012 Olympic alternate, like all this stuff, right? Man, we get him over the run for his money. And we all think we won. You know what I'm saying? We think we won. But the judges gave the close decision to him, and he moved on to nationals. But I've been trying to get that get back ever since then. Ever since then. But yeah, man. I don't think that fight's gonna happen. To be honest with you, man. I know Plant released a statement saying that he gave Canelo everything he wished for in negotiations and blah 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 blah. But I think that Caleb Plant likes being a belt holder more than he likes making money for the sport. And so if there's a way I think he can hold on to that belt, I think he can do it.
Right.
But if it came down to it, they did fight. You know I got Canelo, man. Canelo a monster right now, man.
Is he the best 168 fighter out there besides yourself?
I'm about to say, man, you can't put that question on me. I'll fight at 168, man.
Besides yourself?
I am a fan of Canelo, though, man. I know it sounds weird. We have similar styles, though, man. We're aggressive counter punchers. We like standing in the middle of the ring. We like throwing power shots. We like setting up our opponents and stuff. Dang, dude, I've been trying to get Canelo count for a while, too. It's been hard to get into his count, but we're going to make it happen. But he is a monster, dude. Like, I say pound for pound, I put it like that. Pound for pound, I got him number one, if not number one, number two.
Who would be number one ahead of him?
I got him number one, but if people want to argue, I can argue a close between Terrence Crawford also.
Okay. I feel you on that.
Right. So during the fight, the commentators, they said that, you had a heart inflammation. How did you feel in there coming back after it?
That was weird. I had heart pain. That was back in October 2020, all this stuff hit. And it's really unexplained, but it was inflammation in the muscle around the heart. It's called pericarditis. And about 3 weeks after I got checked out and all the tests, they put me on some anti-inflammatories. They kind of took care of itself. And since then, I haven't had any heart issues. I actually did a half marathon after that. I actually had 2 fights, professional fights after that too. So it was all good. My heart felt fine. Body felt good, man. Of course, you have little injuries and little hurts and stuff you go into the fight with, but as far as my body felt, I felt strong, I felt sharp. Everything felt good that night. It's just unfortunate that my shoulder went out like it did.
Yep. Did taking this dates back to my first question. Did taking the fight on 4-week notice bother you? Because I remember when the fight was first announced, it was around the 4-week mark of the fight. Did that affect you?
Nah, not at all. It was talking, negotiating about this fight before my last fight in June. So with this fight already been like kind of on the books and on the paper. And we didn't sign contracts until mid-June, but we already been kind of talking. Like, our account's been talking with my promoters and agents and everything. So it was already in negotiations for a while. We kind of already knew about it already. It wasn't a surprise or nothing.
Okay. Mike.
So, I know you fight at 168. And I know you know your history and you've been studying. Out of like the 160, 168, out of all the middleweights, who do you think is the greatest middleweight of all time?
Ooh, snap. Of all time. There's a close between Sugar Ray Robinson and then my boy Roy Jones, man. I can't forget about my boy. It's nasty, man. Roy Jones is doing stuff like you ain't supposed to doing stuff in boxing. Like you ain't never supposed to jump with the left hook. He was knocking cats out with it, man. It's a freak of nature, man. And then Sugar Ray Robinson wasn't started out as middleweight, but he ended up ending his career middleweight because nobody would fight him. So he had to go up 2 weight classes to get a fight. That right there says a lot about his dog and his heart too. So I mean, it's the tie between Ray Robinson and Roy Jones for me.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Ray Robinson. I like to watch a lot of his older fights and documentaries. I try to watch as much as I can about him.
This is the thing, when you watch Ray Robinson, you got to look at it like this. He was doing things back then that cats are still doing now. And so that's what makes him so great is that he like really changed the course of boxing. Like people didn't really jump roll before Ray Robinson. People didn't really do this, but like he changed the whole game of training for fights, fighting in fights, angles, left hooks. Like it's a trendsetter. So when you get guys like that fight ahead of their time, those are definitely going down as ghosts in the class. So same thing with Roy Jones, man. Like there would never ever be another Roy Jones, like ever. Like it's done. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a blessing to see him compete and be in that area. Like he actually motivated me to box. Like he was real big. I had my haircut like him. I tried to fight like him. Like I had my hands down like him. I had his boxing shoes when they first came out. Like it'll never be another Roy Jones. So it's cool for both of them. You know, on how they strengthen on why I like them middleweight, but I gotta have it a title.
Okay. I feel you on that, man. I feel you on that.
So during the fight, Steen, he hit you with, I counted about like 7 or 8 flush shots that landed clean. Of course, you took most of them well. I believe 2 of them, you know, they clipped you, and we could see that you were visually hurt. But the other ones, they didn't really seem to hurt you. My question is, was his power alarming?
Was his power? What was the last word?
Alarming. Was his power alarming?
Nah. Hell no, man. Unfortunately, I've been hit harder. Like, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? I done had over 70 amateur fights, and now I had 16 professional fights. Like, I've been hit way harder. That first right hand he hit me with, he only hit me because I was throwing my left hook at the same time, and he beat me to the punch. And when he hit me, it wasn't necessarily I was hurt. It just he caught me with the shot and see. And so as you saw, like, I quickly recovered and threw a left hook off the ropes and caught him and hurt him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so, nothing he hit me with really, I felt like I was in trouble and shit. Now, at one point in time that I felt like, oh, shit, it's about to go bad. Not at one point. But I have been hit with shots, though, where it did go bad. Trust me, don't get me wrong. I ain't saying like I'm invincible.
Yeah.
No, I've been hit way harder, though.
I feel you on that. And it did look like, you know, every time when he hit you with one and it seemed like he was trying to get up on you, it seemed like you would come right back and you would hurt him with one.
Big fact. Ain't no bitch in my blood.
Yes, sir. I feel you on that, man. I feel you on that. My next, well, you kind of already answered it a little bit, but the Caleb Plant, who would you want to fight for the title, or who do you think would be your big career moment fight?
Woo! I would like to fight Caleb Plant for the title, for real. But there's so much talent in 168, man. It's weird that for a long time, people slept on the 68 division. But then like all these killers started moving to the division. Like everybody, eyes on the division and stuff like that. But it's a lot of talent, man. Like with Benavidez, Plant, Nello. I think Danny Jacobs trying to make his state at 68 now. I would like to fight, Danny Jacobs type fight too, man. It's a lot of talent though, dude. But as far as title holders right now, of course, Canelo got all three. He got three of them, and Plant got the last one. But man, I've been trying to get that kid back with Plant for a while now.
Yeah, I would love to see that fight.
Right. So when we look at your amateur career, a few good names pop up, and my question is, how was it fighting Shane Mosley Jr.? I seen that you fought him in the amateurs.
Yeah, so Box Break just now started putting people amateur fights online like that. I got over 70 fights from, I think only 13 or 14 on the show.
On Box Break, there's only about 13 or 14.
Yeah, Shane Mosley Jr. though, that was the first time that I fought at the USA National Tournament. That was in 2013. It was right after the 2012 Olympics, and that was the first tournament since the 90s where they took the headgears off.
Mm-hmm.
So they took the headgears off the amateurs, and that was like the first tournament after the Olympics 2012 that he had a tournament without the headgears. And of course, my first night on my tournament, I drew Shane Mosley Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have this trick. I'm really from Texas, born and raised in Texas, but I live in Arkansas. And so everywhere we go, even like sparring like Detroit, sparring in Vegas, LA, everywhere we go, I always bring my Arkansas gym bag because it makes people think, see, from Arkansas, this shit's sweet. And so that's what I think Shane Mosley Jr. did. You got your name, and then what state you from by your name whenever you get matched up. So he saw Kalvin Henderson and in Arkansas. He was like, I'm about to eat. This is about to be a snack. And, he's from Cali, from LA, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so he came into the ring just like that, confident, in shape. I'm in shape. And the first 30 to 40 seconds of every round, he tried to jump on me. I mean, like, almost like he tried to stop me and stuff, like throwing all these crazy punches, like mad aggressive. Like, it was funny. And then he took this deep breath, and then you're an elite fighter, when your opponent take their first deep breath, they tired now. Mm-hmm. And so I stood right to him right after that, man. And it was such a good fight that the local news channel was there. They recorded our fight and interviewed both of us, man. And it was a really good match. So he was a cool guy, man. I like him, man. We actually met up in Vegas and in Kansas City and stuff and chopped it up. Cool guy, man.
All right, that's dope. That's dope. Oh yeah, go ahead, Mike. You go.
Yes, sir. And some more big fights coming up, man. I got to get your opinion on this one. August 21st, we got Manny, the legend, Pac-Man Pacquiao going against Earl the Spence, the Truth, the Spence Jr., man. Who do you got in this one, man?
I gotta go with my boy EJ, man. Earl Spence, I'm from Fort Worth, he's from Dallas. Gotta go with EJ because he's younger. I don't know if he's stronger. Well, yeah, I'm sure he's stronger. I don't know if he is harder. But it don't matter, though. Manny Pacquiao is over the hill. My man EJ gonna kick his ass over the hill.
That's how you got it. What are your predictions?
I gotta go with EJ, man. Every time I get predictions, I always predict pain, man. EJ gonna bring the pain. I don't know if he gonna stop Manny Pacquiao, but he definitely gonna make a statement with this fight, man. He been calling for these big fish for a long time, man. He been trying to get fight Pacquiao for a long time too. So I'm definitely gonna be tuned in, though, man. This camp has already started going good. You already posted pictures of him being in the camp. It's gonna be a dog fight, though. I tell you that. Man, Pacquiao ain't no bitch either, though. So he gonna bring it. You know what I mean? I know he ain't no bitch. He's gonna bring it. It's gonna be an exciting fight. I think it's gonna be a lot more offense than defense. Put it like that.
It's gonna be a lot of greatness in that ring, man.
Yeah, man. It's gonna come down to who can grab their nuts the most and pull it out.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, man, I'm just from a boxing standpoint, because I was looking forward, when June happened, I was looking forward to Teofimo versus Gambosis, and then that didn't happen. Then I was looking forward to Wilder versus Fury, and then that didn't happen. You know, that got rescheduled. But, you know, I'm for sure looking forward to, I know this is about to happen. You know, hopefully everything goes through. But I'm for sure looking forward to this one. But
I'm excited for that one, man. I can't remember. Is that in Vegas or in Dallas?
Vegas, I believe.
I think it's in Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas.
I was hoping that the Cowboys there.
Oh, if it was at the Cowboy Stadium, boy, that's
over with.
But okay, so you got Errol Spence Jr. getting past Manny Pacquiao. That leads me to the next one. You know, Errol Spence said after this one he wants Crawford next, so he gets past Manny Pacquiao. But how do you feel about Errol Spence Jr., Big Fish, wanting Terrence Crawford? And if they meet up, what do you think?
Bud Crawford got his hands full with his potential Sean Porter fight. Yeah, man. But I think he'll pull that off, though, man. But EJ versus Bud, though, and that's gonna be a barn burner, bro. Man, right now, I got a 50-50. Now, I give my prediction once the fight gets made and gets closer. But right now, I got a 50-50, man. I like EJ one because my boy, and he'll come forward, body puncher. But man, Bud is skilled, man, and he'll finish it too. Like if he smells blood in the water, he's gonna kill you.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Right.
But yeah, you're right about my bad, Rax. But yeah, you're right about him and Sean Porter, man. I'm looking forward to that. I'm happy to announce that, bro, because
that's a good one, man.
Sean Porter ain't no joke. He real too.
And he aggressive too. He's strong and aggressive. And he gonna make the fight. I think Bud is skilled too much for Porter. I think he's gonna check up him, keep him along with the jab, and catch him coming in.
Yeah. So in round 5, you threw a punch. And both of your hands, they went down awkwardly. My original question was that when you tore your shoulder? Or is that when, when you try to throw the right hand and you felt the pain, so both of your hands just went down? But yeah, you when you try to throw a punch, your hands, both of them went down, and then when you got back up, when you picked your head back up, you got hit by a punch. So, what happened there? Is that when you felt your shoulder pain, or, was that just when you tore your shoulder?
I got to go back and watch that round, but I know for sure it was in round 3. But later on in the fight, it could have been round 5. I tried to throw it to see if it was back ready again. I thought maybe I just kind of tweaked it a little bit and I could shake it off. But I kept trying to throw it at different points of the fight to see if it was back so I could get back to throwing it. But it wasn't. Every time I threw it, I felt like I was throwing like a wet limp noodle or something like that. It was not going at all. It felt like my arm about to fall off. I couldn't block with it. I couldn't even keep my hands up to do anything, defend with it. Like it was gone.
Final question. How was the overall experience?
Oh man. So this is the hard part for me. Like before fights, and like all my friends and my family and the fans, they all excited for me. And they always ask me, am I excited? But as a fighter, professional fighter, you can't get excited because then the fight becomes more than what it is, just another fight. And so I got to stay focused and keep my emotions in check and go in there and take care of business. But definitely after the fight, that's when I get excited and relive the moment and, get all geeked up and stuff. But it was a dream come true, man. Like a lot of young cats, when they start out boxing, they dream about fighting on HBO and Showtime. I remember like watching those fights and saying, I'm going to be on that platform too. And all glory to God, it happened. You know what I mean? Like we had our own dressing room. We had Showtime recording live there of his interviews. Like it was just a dream come true, man. It was a real big deal. And I didn't get embarrassed. I didn't get knocked out. I didn't get dropped. I had one arm and tried to press the fight all night. You know what I mean? So I think I represented myself and my family and my team really well. And we'll definitely be back on the big stage really soon.
Yep. So that's the end of the interview. Thank you, Kalvin, for joining us. Follow Kalvin on Instagram at Kalvin Henderson, all one word. And be on the lookout for Kalvin's next fight. He said that he'll be in the ring sometime soon. And yeah, thank you, Kalvin, once again for taking the time out of your day to interview us, or for us to interview.
Braxton, Mike, man, I appreciate y'all, man. For real, man.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you, bro, and keep doing your thing, man. Thanks for inspiring guys like us to never quit or give up, bro. Give us a lot of hope and stuff, man. Appreciate you, and
I appreciate that.
can't wait for your next fight.